All right. Welcome back. It's the Fan in the Van podcast.
This time,
Not only are we doing a video, we're recording a podcast at the same time. And look, I even got a special guest with me tonight.
You're damn right.
That's right. I had to bring a Giants fan on. I can't have a Jets fan on because you can't talk common sense with them. Anyway, so we're going to do the football picks tonight. We don't have to do Thursday's pick because we already knew that was going to be a slaughter.
Mm-hmm. Cam Newton, you need a fucking hop, skip, and wind up, just throw a fucking ball at 9 yards.
But you know what, though? Belichick said he's sticking with Cam. I would go with Stidham, but hey, what do I know? I wear sleeves with my hoodies, unlike Belichick, I wear masks with no holes in them.
Yeah, but no, Cam will not be on the Patriots next year.
I think he will be.
No, he won't.
So, why don't we go to the first game there? I see, what do we got there?
We got the Arizona Cardinals and New York Giants. Giants getting 2.5 points. I went with the Giants, and I'm a Giant fan, and Giants are going to win that game. I don't give a fuck. Kyle Murray can do whatever the fuck he wants. What we did against Russell Wilson, and we're going to do exactly what we had to do against Kyle Murray. And DeAndre Hopkins is questionable, which most likely will play. Fitzgerald's back, I understand that. Okay, but we're still going to win that game.
I don't know. It's a tough one, but...
Hey, what did you say about last week? Seahawks?
Hey, listen, not a lot of people thought that Seattle was going to lose that game, but hey,
nobody.
Colt McCoy,
Colt McCoy didn't do a damn thing.
He held his own, and Goldman,
and
which
Alfred
Craig
Morris.
Carton on the Fan gave him a new nickname now. I think it's called Goldman. Give him the ball, man. So
you can't forget about Alfred Morris punching that shit in for his first touchdown.
Hey,
can't forget about that one.
But I think you get Freeman back this week too, hopefully. So.
Yeah, but he's not.
But the Cardinals on defense got a lot of questionable injuries. I mean, Simmons is one. I think it's neck and back. I wonder if he was at that same bodega that what's his face was in front of.
Let's see. Isaiah Simmons questionable, neck back.
Yep. Talk about my neck and my back.
My pussy. No. Kenyon Drake is also questionable, but hey, he probably play. And so is DeAndre Hopkins, questionable neck back, but he always plays.
But here's the thing. I wouldn't. I get you need Daniel Jones in this game, but again, with hamstrings, I really, what if it blows again? And this time it's season ending.
Yeah, I know.
I probably would just go with Colt McCoy. I mean, they did the unthinkable last week, and they could probably do it again.
Like, to be honest,
Giants history proves, look at the season with, one of the last years with Eli when they went to the Super Bowl. I mean, look at the run that they went on. Nobody thought they were going to go on. So, Daniel Jones has got that in him, but
the thing is, though...
But it's that hamstring that I'm questionable on. I wouldn't start... either that or go to a 2-quarterback system.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, yo, no disrespect for the Steelers. If Wash would have lost, Colt McCoy would be starting. This is a must-win game for the Giants. I'm talking to them.
Well, all of them are now. And not only that, not any team who's ever started 1-7, mind you, has ever been to the playoffs. So take note, the Giants started 1-7.
We got the Cardinals, the Browns, Ravens, Cowboys. Boom. We beat the Cardinals. I hope I break Baker Mayfield's legs for throwing that interception against Odell Beckham.
We know that.
I know that. But anywho, that pathetic pass he threw down the sideline to Odell Beckham that was underthrown, got intercepted, which caused his ACL injury. But now they're saying that the team is better without him? No. Baker Mayfield didn't even know what to do with him.
It's not the team saying it. It's everybody within the media, from the Colin Cowherds to Adam Sheens of the world, and to just unknowledgeable Browns fans. I mean, if Baker Mayfield knew how to utilize Jarvis and Odell together instead of one without the other, the way that they utilize Chubb and Kareem Hunt, which probably going to be the first two Cleveland running backs to go, both of them in the same season, 1,000 yards rushing. If he's able to work with them, why can't he do it with Odell and Jarvis? And honestly, this isn't where Odell wanted to go. He wanted to go to San Francisco, would have been his preferable place to be traded to, but Gettleman, unfortunately.
Oh, there we go with Gettleman. I got okay. Mr. fucking Gettleman, listen to me. If you botch another damn draft, bro, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm only 35 years old, okay? I have a good heart. I'm gonna have a heart attack, okay? Why would you draft Andrew Thomas at 6 when you had Mekhi Becton up there and you had fucking Tristan Wills up there? Why would you draft? I nickname him Dr. Holds, okay? Why would you draft him? Protect Daniel Jones' blind side. Why? How many times has
Well,
Daniel
he
Jones been
hasn't
sacked? Thank you. Okay.
Like, he really hasn't done that at all. And I mean, we watch the games every week, so we already know.
It's driving fucking.
And you already know when it's holding on offense, you'd expect it to be on Thomas anyway. So I mean,
obviously, it's fucking ridiculous. But anywho, next fucking game, Tennessee Jacksonville. Jacksonville at home. The Jacksonville's getting 7.5.
you know what? Listen, after the fact that Jacksonville was able to keep up with Minnesota, Minnesota should have blew the doors off of Jacksonville.
But
they didn't. I'm sorry. I got to take Jacksonville because case in point, listen, they were able to stop Dalvin Cook for the most part. If they could stop Dalvin Cook, I think they could stop Derrick Henry. So I got to go with
this one.
I got to go with Jacksonville. You know what? I'm gonna be dangerous, unlike Baker. You know, I'm dangerous, and I live my life risky every day just by waking up. So I go Jacksonville on that one.
Oh shit! You know what? Honestly, I would too, because Adoree Jackson's out.
Yeah. So
I'm about to change that pick.
I go with Jacksonville.
Plus,
and plus the way this season's going anyway, no game is a sure thing anyway
Exactly.
at this point. So
Yup, you seen the fucking Patriots blow fucking 45-0, and then they lose to the fucking.
yeah, well, that's
three.
because Anthony Lynn. And listen, I like Anthony Lynn as a coach, but the guy, honestly, that game he coached with his head up everybody else's ass. So, what's the next game there? Bears,
Houston and Chicago.
Which you know what's coincidental about that game, right? Both quarterbacks are in the same draft class.
Yeah.
And with Chicago traded up to get trash bag Trubisky when they could have actually had Deshaun Watson. But
I know.
again,
Whatever.
you know,
and
I don't know talent. Apparently Chicago does.
Khalil Mack, has a little shoulder injury, but he will play. J.J. Watt, he's gonna play. Who do I think's gonna have more sacks?
I think this is the most games J.J. Watt's played in a few seasons now.
Exactly.
But, hey.
Be honest with you, I think J.J. Watt probably have more sacks because Deshaun Watson gets out of the pocket like any which way. But anyway.
Yeah, but if anybody can keep up with Deshaun Watson running, it's Khalil Mack. But I got to take Houston in that one. I got it because listen, even though Houston's down one of the top corners with the PED thing with Will Fuller and apparently somebody else on Denver now is linked to that too.
Yeah, they have no receivers.
I don't even know what they took.
They have no receivers at all.
But I mean, they got Cooks.
But
they're going to be without David. They're going to be without David Johnson because I think he's on the COVID list now because he had a family issue to deal with, so they put him on the COVID list. And now they're going to rely on Duke Johnson, and he's hit or miss at times. So, but what's the spread on that one? Like 2.5.
2.5.
You know what? You got to live dangerously. You know what? I'm going to give Trubisky a shot here. I'm going to go with Chicago.
Yeah, David Johnson's out for the Texans. Yeah, COVID-19.
I'm going to go with the Bears.
Brandon Cooks, questionable foot, neck. Likely to play.
Everything.
Likely to play, but he's going to be injured.
And then who do we got next there?
Okay, I'm not even talking about this fucking Jets, Seattle. Seattle's at home. Seattle's giving the Jets 13.5 points. Okay,
well,
Seattle.
And this is what's funny, too, is Jamal Adams came out and he said he has no ill will towards Adam Gase, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Adam Gase thought that they had a good relationship. Now this coming from the guy who says that he, misusing Bell is, irrelevant. I'm sorry, but Jamal Adams didn't want to be in New York no more. Because we all know why. Adam Gase
he's a fucking
idiot. He's not an offensive guru coach. I'm sorry, he's not. The Jets would have had a better season, honestly, if they let Joe Willie Namath coach his team. Is what they would have done. And now you're hearing the rumblings, and you can thank Boomer Esiason for starting this one. And every week it seems to gain more steam that the Jaw himself, Bill Cowher, may take this job.
Yep,
I don't know. I don't know why he would take it and want that stress. But if anybody could probably turn that team around, who's not going to take no shit from anybody, it's going to be Bill Cowher. I don't think the Jets win a Super Bowl with Cowher being the coach.
I don't think the Jets fucking make the playoffs next 3 years. But anyway.
But then again, who knows?
The Jets, if they don't want to win this game anyway. They want to lose out to get Trevor Lawrence.
And what's the spread? Ridiculous. It's like 13.5.
I'm still going with Seattle.
What is it? 13.5, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Darnold did play well last week.
It did.
So I mean, I know the Jets ain't going to win this game, but. If I'm going to Atlantic City to bet this game, I'm putting my money on the crash landing Jets.
I won't.
I'm doing it. I mean, if it wasn't for that horrible defensive play call
Wide
at the end of the
receiver
game.
Denzel Mims, linebacker.
Well, Mims is out with a personal family
Yeah,
issue.
I know.
Apparently,
Yeah.
mommy has food poisoning or something. Who
Yep.
knows?
James Crowder, questionable calf. Frank Gore, questionable concussion protocol.
Yeah, but they had that Ty Johnson kid who looked pretty good last week. He rushed for over 100 yards in his pretty much first starting role, I would call it, because Gore was out pretty fast in that game. So,
And for the Seahawks, fucking.
and again,
defensive
listen,
fan Carlos Dunlop is a game time decision. for
and again,
Seahawks.
the Giants traveled to Seattle, and the Giants held their own in Seattle. I'm not saying the Jets can't.
the Jets
but,
are in Seattle.
You
though,
know,
right?
if
the
the
Jets
Jets
are
got
av-
a shot at winning this
the
game,
Jets
you can't have Adam
average-
Gase call the plays.
Yeah, the Jets averaged like 17.3 points a game.
Well, they're going to have to put up about 37.3 if they want to beat the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Or dare I
exactly.
say even keep up. And we all know Russ is going to cook. We all know that. But at the end of the day,
He has to. He has no fucking choice.
from
bro.
the spread standpoint, if you're a heavy football gambler in this, listen, we know we don't want to see the Jets win a game because we want to see if Trevor Lawrence actually goes to the Jets. But I got to take the Jets
They're
on this one.
playing in Seattle and it's freezing in Seattle.
So are the Giants. Well, it's freezing here too. Well,
cold out.
well, here it's like a woman on menopause. It's hot. It's cold. It's hot. It's cold. I go
Oh,
outside
man.
this morning bundled up. I leave work. I got to put on shorts and a tank top.
I don't
so.
see Russell Wilson fucking blowing two games in a row in Seattle. Sorry, Pippin.
Yeah, who
Not
knows?
gonna happen. Next game, Green Bay, Detroit. All right. Oh
Oh.
my God, here we go with that. Okay.
Well,
Aaron Rodgers, fucking and Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, the duo of this season.
but don't forget though, Detroit is actually being coached by somebody with some knowledge now, other than Matt
Some
Patricia.
knowledge, and they only getting 7.5.
Green Bay has blown big spreads before, and
They have.
they did against Jacksonville. It was like a 13.5-point spread, and they barely won that game. So
Everybody-
I err on the
everybody-
side of caution here on this one. when
Everybody
picking
has
this
bad
one.
games, but Green Bay, I think they're dialed in right now, bro.
Yeah, plus they have two of their running backs coming back as well off the bench. So I got to go. It's hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers in any way, shape, or form. So I'm sorry. I got to go with Rodgers on that one. I don't even care what the injury report says. Aaron Rodgers could throw the ball up in the air and catch it himself for all I care.
You probably can.
Um,
Anywho, all right. Next, we got fucking New Orleans and the Philadelphia.
well, you don't have trash bag garbage can Carson Wentz starting this game. You have Jalen Hurts,
I know.
and I'm sorry. I don't think this is the game you would have started Hurts, but I also said that with the Rams Dolphins with 2-0. I'm not even going to say his name. Well, I'll butcher it.
Well, fucking the Eagles.
But I think Jalen Hurts
Eagles are getting
keeps him.
7.
I think Jalen Hurts keeps him in the game.
Keeps up.
I
but
think
not,
keeps
they're
him
not
in the
gonna win
game.
that, you know what I'm saying?
But
New Orleans are gonna beat them by.
Taysom
10.
Hill's been pretty decent filling in for Drew Brees, and they haven't lost a game even with Brees out.
Exactly,
So
and last week he actually threw the fucking ball a few times. And
I think he even threw it to himself once or twice. Who knows? But I got to take New Orleans in that one. I mean, you can't bet against Sean Payton. He pretty much walks like that woman with a purpose on the sideline. So you got to take
And
them
then
there.
second off, you got to think about Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Just starting his first game. This team has been together for.
Yeah, but don't knock Jalen Hurts though. I mean, he
I'm
was
not
decent
knocking
in
him.
college
I'm
playing
not
for
knocking
Oklahoma after leaving Alabama when
Okay,
Tua
but
took his
you gotta
job.
understand that this is the NFL. This is where the men become men amongst boys. This is the you know what I'm saying?
Boys become men.
No, it's men amongst boys.
Yeah, but he's a boy who wants to be a man.
Yeah, so when it gets
So
hit
this
up-
is the game that makes him that.
yeah, if it
I'm
gets
just-
hard
I'm
and
just
fucking
saying that.
in the yeah, no. Okay. Next.
But it's a better situation right now than Carson Wentz, which rumor is they may try to trade Wentz and move on from it.
That's a heavy contract, bro.
If I'm Philly, if you want to trade Wentz, you're gonna have to eat that contract. 1, 2, you got to fire Doug Peterson, and 3, they need a total rebuild.
Why would Doug
And they got to
Peterson
build around
Why would
Jalen
he give him
Hurts.
that big ass contract last year after that shitty season anyways?
Well, that contract, if you want me to be honest, should have went to Nick Foles, because Nick Foles is the reason why they even won a Super Bowl. I get Carson Wentz helped get them there in the regular season, but it's the playoffs.
That
It's the
matters,
playoff
exactly.
wins that mattered, and the Lombardi coming to Philly is what mattered most. And then they let Foles go, and now look at Foles' career. It's an utter friggin'
yeah,
tailspin,
I
but he's got to
never-
back up Mitch Trubisky. But then again, Foles is a systems quarterback. That's why he only was really good in Philly, because when he was with LA, with the Rams. He wasn't really that good there either.
No,
So,
you're right about that, actually.
you know, him and Doug Peterson together, there's a system there. But, you
I don't know, but
this game's going to be interesting.
Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is giving Minnesota 6.5.
I'm surprised it's that high.
Tampa Bay's at home.
Yeah, but
Tom Brady's not losing 3 in a row. I'm sorry.
he has them.
I mean 4 in a row. I'm sorry.
But he might.
He's not going to.
And they could listen. And as far as I'm concerned, and Tampa Bay fans could say that this tailspin happened after they signed Antonio Brown. Bottom line is this: it's not Antonio Brown's fault. I said it in earlier podcasts. Bottom line is this: is that these defenses are playing Tampa closer, and they're rushing Brady more.
Exactly.
And not only that, Bruce Arians can come out and he could throw Brady under the bus saying Brady picks the plays. Listen, you're the head coach. You got to take accountability. Whether Brady's running the show down there or not, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line is this. You're the head coach, and you're not going to be at the end of the year because I'm telling you right now, if I had all the money in the world, I'd put it on Josh McDaniels as taking Arians' job at the end of the year.
Damn right.
So, but as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be a hard day at the office for Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook against that Tampa defensive line is
not
very...
going to happen.
He'd be lucky to get 60, 70 yards out of that. And if you're one of those fantasy players that takes this really seriously and you're going to message Dalvin Cook at the end of the game, we only get you like -2 points, err on the side of caution. Don't do it. But listen, I don't like betting Tom Brady here, but I don't see Brady losing a 4th game here. But I do see Antonio Brown being a big factor in this offense this week. Bombing it down the field ain't going to get Tampa to win. You're going to have to play Minnesota's type of game football.
Yep.
And that's run and pass.
Yep.
So, and they they got Fournette down there who, if he's healthy, is very dangerous, unlike Baker. So,
that's it, yeah.
You know, we'll see what happens on that one. But listen, I got to go with Tampa on that one.
Yeah, Vikings, Kyle Rudolph is doubtful.
And speaking of games needed, listen, if you're a Steeler fan, the Kansas City Chiefs Dolphin game.
Kansas City has
you
to
need
lose,
Miami.
Not gonna, well, you also need Kansas City to lose, so.
You need Miami to win. That's what I said.
Same thing.
Yeah,
okay.
Need Miami to win. You're a Steeler fan. You want Miami to win. Listen, again, I'm not taking anything away from Mahomes here, but for seeding purposes now, it's more important than ever. So, I think, listen, nobody thought the Miami Miracle a year or two ago, nobody thought was going to happen.
Against the Patriots,
and look, and it happened. Don't be surprised if you see it come down to that again. And don't be surprised if they pull it off again.
He's talking about Patrick Mahomes against Miami.
Yeah, but that defense is improved.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying. Listen,
that dude's not human.
I'm not saying. Listen, until I see him throw a backwards, like behind the back pass, like that kid in the high school game I saw do it.
He's done it.
No, one like that.
Yeah,
but this kid in high school went like that.
Yeah,
faked the handoff like 4 or 5 times. He pulled off some like weird ninjutsu shit.
Yeah, like that.
And then went
his luck and pray to God. Yeah.
Nah, the kid was wide open.
Next one, Dallas Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, the Red Rifle plays against the Bengals.
This is where I gets tricky because like the Bengals are getting 3.5. I went with them. Dallas is. I don't know what the fuck happened. I just can't. I don't know.
Bottom line is this: last week against the Ravens, a game that shouldn't have been moved, in my opinion. Bottom line is this: they showed you about 2 to 3 minutes worth of running, and then they go to the pass game. Listen, Dallas. I'm sorry. If you're a Cowboys fan and you think it was Jason Garrett's fault for 10 plus years, it's not.
It's not you
guys. It's not. It's the players. It's Jerry Jones. The ownership there is garbage.
Ezekiel Elliott, this big ass contract, and since that contract, he's done nothing.
And he's played like a $200,000 running back. You were better off. You're better off signing one of us off the streets to run for Dallas. I'd have more yards right now than he would.
I don't think he's even had a 100-yard rushing game this season yet. Honestly.
Nah, to be honest, he probably hasn't. And you know what? It really took it. Listen, to be honest with you, Dallas is running away with the NFC East if Dak Prescott never gets hurt either. You got to think about that. If Dak doesn't get hurt, you got to think about that. They got a lot more wins.
That defense still sucked.
Yeah, but listen,
they were putting up 40 points a game.
Yeah, but the bottom line is this: even when Prescott went down, and then that nasty hit that Dalton took from Washington with Bostic there, right? And then they had to start Ben DiNucci, which was the worst move you ever could have made. If you watch DiNucci at Pitt University, he was utter garbage there, and he's garbage in the NFL.
He was clueless.
He couldn't even win a flag football game with 10-year-olds playing. So, But how do you take Cincinnati when their backup is garbage? They're better off having the friggin' jugs machine throwing passes to
yeah,
these
well, the
wide
backup
receivers.
was Michael Finley, right?
Ryan Finley.
Finley, whatever. Michael Finley played for fucking whatever.
He played for the Bucks and the Mavericks.
I was gonna say Mavericks, okay. The blackest black guy next to White Stamps. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
but Finley paid his taxes.
Denver, Carolina. Carolina's at home. Carolina is giving Denver 3.5.
Listen, you got Locke versus Bridgewater there. This game could go either way.
I
And what's the
know.
spread, like 3.5?
Yeah. Carolina's at home.
Yeah, but you don't have McCaffrey again. But Mike Davis has filled in well for being a backup
That's
running
what I was
back.
thinking about.
Robbie Anderson, other than that one game, has been putting up like 8 to 10 and 100 plus.
I'm going
Curtis
with them.
Samuel's been impressive this
Curtis
year.
Samuel's actually activated.
Well, he's about to be activated on the field too. I got to go Carolina on that one.
So did I, Panther.
Got to go Carolina there. Oh, and then we got the Colts versus the Raiders. Listen. Bottom line is this: they got lucky to beat the Jets last week. Because Greg Williams literally, listen, if you're a Jets fan and think Greg Williams didn't blow that call, listen, he blew it. He purposely wanted out of here and he found his way out. And what's funny is that Gase wasn't behind him, but Gase is the one, from what I read all week, is the guy who fired him. Gase, you should have fired yourself.
Yeah, Gase fired him. I don't know why. Gase is still fucking goddamn.
Bottom line is this: Indy went to something that they should have been doing all year, and that's a 2-quarterback set with Brissett and Rivers, and it works. So and they got the right now. If you really look at it, even though the Steelers lead and everything, the Colts have been playing like a #1 defense so far. So I got to go with the Colts on this one. And even though the Raiders need to win this game, so does Indy.
They're not going
Indy's
to.
got to win it too because Indy don't want the wild card spot. They want the division.
Damn right.
So I gotta take Indy, and I think Indy's gonna cover it.
So yeah, well, field goal is all it is. Then we got Washington, San Francisco. San Francisco at home, giving Washington 4.5.
Are they really at home playing in Arizona?
Home enough. All right. Close to home, put it that way.
Bottom line is this: if you watched the game, the Monday night game with Buffalo and the Niners, listen, I know Alex Smith ain't Josh Allen, and Washington ain't the Buffalo Bills, and all the trollers out there can make fun of Washington beating the Steelers all they want. But bottom line is this: you're a Giants fan, you need the Niners to win this game.
Oh.
But I think Alex Smith pulls it out here. But I take Washington because what's the spread again?
4.5.
4.5. I got to take Washington to cover that.
Yep. So did I.
I got to take Washington to cover it there. And then you got, what do you got there? The
You got
Falcons.
the
The Falcons versus
and
the Chargers.
Chargers.
Talk about two trash bag teams that this should have been a pick'em game. And don't get me wrong, Atlanta's been playing pretty decent since they fired Quinn.
No Julio Jones.
Well, Julio Jones is getting shut down the rest of the year. And honestly, talk about a guy
No
who's
Ricardo Allen.
wasting his prime.
Concussion.
Listen, if I'm Atlanta, just shut Matt Ryan down too, even though he's healthy. Just let him leave at the end of the year. Let him go somewhere and try to play for a contender, which if you didn't hear that, Marshawn Lynch said he'd come out of retirement to play for a contender. And a lot of people saying the Steelers should look at him. Listen, we're fine. We're fine. Connor's back. I got faith in my man, the Terminator, all right? And we'll get to that game in a minute. Don't not to jump ahead here, but we'll get into that. Don't worry. Because we already know where I'm going. We already know.
All I'm saying, after that embarrassing performance from Justin Herbert and the fucking Chargers,
Well,
I'm gonna have to pick Atlanta on this one.
so you're gonna go with the we really don't have a home Chargers, who share a stadium with the.
I said I'm going for Atlanta.
Oh, all right, well, yeah. I'd probably pick Atlanta too, assuming they get a 28-3 lead and don't blow it.
Oh my god, that was the most pathetic Super Bowl I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yep, and it's been a wonderful tailspin since.
All right, Pittsburgh, Buffalo. Buffalo is getting a 1.5.
Yeah, but then
Pittsburgh.
I heard it's narrowed since because now you have Spillane out, Hayden's out on concussion protocol, Vince Williams just hit the COVID list.
Yep, Joe Hayden out concussion, Robert Spillane out knee, Marquise Pouncey activated off COVID.
That's the big thing there.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Pouncey on this offensive, being back at center now, A, it helps Ben, B, it helps the running game, which again, if you want to beat Buffalo, you have to have a balanced offense here, and you got to keep Allen and the Buffalo offense off the field because Diggs and Beasley are becoming. They're becoming one hell of a duo there.
I know, like it was with Thielen and Diggs.
But again, I don't ever bet against my team. I don't ever do it. I don't care what the spread is.
1.5. They're getting 1.5.
They should have just made it a pick 'em at that point because you could really go either way there. But I'm taking Pittsburgh in that one. There's no way Pittsburgh goes into this game underprepared, even with the injuries. Listen, it's next man up. Avery Williamson is going to play his ass off. You have Alex Highsmith in there filling in for Bud Dupree. Listen, you all know I've been high on this kid since the draft. I think, listen, he should have had the breakout game last week. Washington pretty much handled him as best they could. Even though Highsmith was getting pressure to Alex Smith all game as well, just like TJ was.
It was that Montez Sweat batting balls down like a motherfucking goddamn fucking...
Yeah, but again, it shouldn't be all those swatted balls if this offense...
We catch the passes.
Well, A, that. B, they have to have a running game. Your running game has got to be successful to have a successful passing game. You can't have Ben out there, a 38-year-old quarterback, throwing it 50, 60 times.
After he's had Tommy John surgery.
If you're going to do that, then you pretty much are doing what Arians is doing with Brady down in Tampa. Oh, just bomb the ball 90 yards down the field on 1st and 10 and, let's just score right away. No, you can't do that. I'm sorry. And again, if the Steelers are in a 4th and goal situation on the 1, you pay the guy, you use the guy you're paying $10 million to.
Derek Watt.
Because again, for years they used Rosie Nix in that situation.
Derek Watt right now, I think, is like the highest paid fullback in fucking...
Yeah, who plays on special teams. Talk about a waste of $10 million. You pay me $10 million, I'll go run around the field on special teams.
I'll play a fucking position if you ask me to.
But I got to take Pittsburgh in that one. And then here comes the Monday night debacle.
Fucking Baltimore, Cleveland.
Can this game end in a tie?
Can this game not be played?
Well, it's going to get played. But
I know, I don't want to see this garbage.
Apparently, Des Bryant tested negative back-to-back, and he wasn't so happy about it. Why, bro? Why?
Because he saw he's still on the 10-day thing. He tested negative 3 times in a row. He saw us the 10-day thing. That's why he's pissed about. But
all right.
but
they were going to utilize him anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll be back in time for this.
He might.
10 days.
So the guy hasn't played in 3 years. He should be fine,
dude.
And I don't blame him for being upset that they, listen.
Well,
he gets to the stadium, they test him, it's inconclusive. But then again, there's the NFL mishandling it again. Because if his test was inconclusive, why are you letting him warm up? Why? You send him home, and then you test him an hour before the game in a private area. And then, if it's positive, you send him home.
That's what happened.
Why do we have to find out 20 minutes before the game that this is happening, and then you thought that game was going to be in jeopardy? Or that game's going to get moved again, because here we go. If that game got moved again, let's just reward Baltimore with another thing.
I know.
Which, again, Goodell, no punishment yet. Where's it at, bro? Where's it at? I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Goodell.
Where's that at?
Mr. NFL Commish. Anywho.
Yeah, I'll be tweeting you later after a couple of Steve Austin IPAs.
And
get them at all your local beverage barns or wherever you buy your beer from.
Oh, man. All right, Cleveland is getting a point. They're at home. Baltimore are definitely going to beat them. I picked Baltimore.
Listen. See, this is a hard one because being a Steeler fan, okay?
You want Cleveland to lose.
You want Cleveland to lose, but you also want Baltimore to lose. So what you kind of hope for here is you ever see The Dark Knight Rises?
What?
You ever see The Dark Knight Rises? What when Bane sets Heinz Field to explode and Heinz Ward runs for a touchdown? You kind of want that, but nobody scores. So you just want an implosion on both sides. Okay? But if I had to pick a team, and I'll probably vomit after this, is I got to take Baltimore because I just want to see Baker lose. I can't stand him and his stupid progressive commercials. Again, I don't care.
Stupid comments,
I don't care that you live at home and you have these at the stadium.
His house is probably the stadium.
And that you have these book clubs and you're doing fondue parties. Listen, you're overhyped. You've been overhyped since you were at college, and just Tim Tebow's a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry there, I said it, and I've only had one so far.
Baker fucking Mayfield.
So
pathetic. You threw that touchdown pass to fucking Don Peoples-Jones. Motherfucker ran down the field like this.
Yeah, but then again, that's blown coverage. But then again, Donovan Peoples-Jones, which
Hey,
he made a good move. Made a
I
good
ain't
move there.
gonna lie at all. I had him.
And I got to talk about
I had
this.
him in my draft
I
board
got to
last
talk.
year.
I got to talk about this as we have the NFL Network on, right?
What?
So they have the Walter Payton Award, and every team nominates somebody. So since we're talking about Cleveland here for a minute,
Okay.
how is Myles Garrett up for an award for Man of the Year? I get he does that, the thing with the water down there in Africa, but this guy hit Mason Rudolph
with a fucking helmet.
over the head with a helmet because of a supposed racial slur that was never said. Okay, this guy literally went from villain to hero from a nomination for an award. I'm sorry, if Cam Hayward don't win this award, I'm sorry. And you want to talk about, we can go on even still. Adam Sheen at CBS Sports Network says that Aaron Donald should win Defensive Player of the Year.
Not true. I think T.J. Watt should.
You gotta go based on the stats. And the stats tell you right now that T.J. Watt leads the league in tackles for losses, QB hits, QB pressures, sacks, and pretty much everything. And Myles Garrett only does one thing, and that's rush the quarterback. T.J. Watt, for the same position the two play, he's more versatile.
You rush the quarterback.
He rushes the quarterback. He drops back in coverage. He'll get you an interception. He's got more interceptions than his own brother, who's won the award 3 times. And even JJ came out and said, hands down, sorry, it's my brother that wins it. And you could say, oh, well, it's his brother. Of course he's going to say it. But
he also did say that they've been not using his brother Derek Watt, too.
Well,
he came out and said that.
They haven't. They haven't all year. There's been pivotal situations where they could have continued to drive if they just run them.
Last week, prime example. You
31 when they're bombing at 29 yards, you need 1 yard. You could have even quarterback sneaked it with Ben. And listen, I get that you want to protect Ben now that we're going to, obviously, listen, we're going to go into the playoffs and hopefully it's deep and it comes with number 7 for number 7. But what you got to see, all right, here's what it comes down to. Randy Fichtner is an idiot.
We all know this, okay?
All right. I'm sorry. Ever since Arians left, the offensive coordinator position, other than Todd Haley, and I have to give Todd Haley credit because he was a decent offensive coordinator. I think we took it for granted. The same way we're going to take Ben being quarterback for the Steelers for 17-plus years for granted, because no matter who they bring in to replace Ben,
it's
never going to have the high standard that Ben has set, and you can use all the stuff he got accused of in his young part of his career.
Crap,
whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is this: Ben set the precedent for being a Steeler quarterback the way Bradshaw did in the 70s. Okay, so when it all goes down, it could be Darnold that takes over if the Jets and the Steelers make a trade for Sam Darnold. Okay? Darnold would never fill the shoes fully the way Ben has. Unless he gets the Steelers 3 Super Bowls, then maybe. But he's got to do pretty much everything Ben's done. And which annoys me because when they anoint Lamar Jackson the king of the AFC North...
That motherfucker threw for 109 yards last... Dude.
I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson is not the king of the AFC North. Why? Because Ben was out for a year and Lamar got the Madden cover and ran all over the place.
What happened?
And did exactly what Michael Vick did. But then they played Tennessee, and Tennessee...
blows them away.
Tennessee was their kryptonite. And that's that. Hey, can you go get me a beer?
Good boy, Taco.
But again, and the other issue here is this: when you talk about T.J. Watt, every game you watch, and all these media analysts talk about that T.J. gets double teamed. It's not that he's double teamed because he barrels through the first guy with ease.
He's getting held,
and it's the second guy who's putting him in a damn near rear naked choke, like he's in the octagon with Daniel Cormier. So.
And nothing is called.
And nothing is called, which I've ripped officiating since Moses parted the Red Sea. But, again...
I can see this shit from my fucking couch, and they're right fuck there.
But, the NFL, listen, these officials were told to call less holding calls. That's what they're told to do. But it's funny how they're not called all game till the fourth quarter when it's important now. So I think these officials are starting to have a handle in how these games... the outcome of a game here. And if you watch the Cole Packer game, there's the prime example. That game shouldn't have went to overtime. Shouldn't have gone to overtime. They literally called like 15 holding calls in like 2 minutes on Indianapolis. Indianapolis was first and goal. Before you know, it was first and goal at like their own 30-yard line. That's what I'm saying.
What, like 3 offensive holding calls or something?
Literally, they called like 15 of them in a row. It was just like they were just flag happy for like a minute and a half. Freaking, it was like they had sex for the first time.
Before this ball even got hiked, they had the flag in hand, waiting.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
that's an NFL officiating for you.
All right, the spread. I picked the spread. I mean, the fucking tiebreaker spread between the Cleveland and Baltimore. I had 52. I think Cleveland gonna put up 17. Baltimore put up fucking what? 30.
Yeah, but the key thing here is this: is that on
What?
both sides of the ball, as I go get a beer here, both sides of the ball though, they have decent running backs. That's the thing. They have decent running backs, and Mark Ingram and Dobbins are gonna be in this game.
I know.
And, and Cleveland's got Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Listen, Kareem Hunt, I'm surprised, we haven't heard anything about him kicking somebody else in an elevator or whatever he, did in the
fucking
past.
hotel.
But, I'm sorry, but I don't see Cleveland winning this game, but I don't see it being a blowout either. If I had to say it, I say it comes down to Justin Tucker's leg at the end. Unless
Really?
the Browns defense comes out hot and they can rattle Lamar Jackson to the point you got to see blown out hamstrings Griffin III.
Yeah, but then you got what do you have? Myles Garrett fucking going after Lamar Jackson. He'll get out of the pocket, run down the throats like he did fucking last week.
Listen, it's not hard to contain the Baltimore offense if you just watch Colin Kaepernick games. Because it's the same exact offense. Because it's the same exact.
Yeah,
it's the same exact
do they know
offensive
that?
coordinator.
Do they know that? No.
It's not that hard. I don't play in the NFL, and even I know that.
Yeah, but guess what? These guys idiots. So they
Just
got
saying.
lucky. First of all, Cleveland got lucky with this 8-3 record right now. I just saying.
Well, maybe it was a cupcake schedule, like the haters say about the Steelers. Who knows? I mean, did Cleveland play a real team yet?
I don't know. The Titans a real team?
I don't know. Is Pittsburgh a real team?
I don't know. Is
I
the
don't
Browns a real team?
I mean, for the past 20-plus years, they weren't. They've had more quarterbacks and coaches than I've probably had sneakers.
That's fucking hilarious.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
But then to say that if Cleveland loses in the playoffs, that Colin Cowherd said that they would do away with Baker Mayfield. Listen, again, unless they're going to do something here to get Trevor Lawrence, I don't see it.
Oh,
And would the Jets trade the number one? You know what? And to
It
go
depends
into
on-
hypothetical
it depends
land.
on
If
what
you
they
trade,
get.
I don't think Baker Mayfield's. If they're going to trade Baker Mayfield to the Jets, let's just say, and
2020.
it's got to be not only the first round pick,
of
because
2020.
Baker Mayfield. Listen, as much as I hate Baker Mayfield, as much as overhyped as he
He
is,
has potential.
he does have potential, and I think if he went to the Jets and they would have put, well, see, he has weapons in Cleveland too, but I could see the Jets doing something stupid like that and trading for an already built
Established,
quarterback
yeah.
in the league. But I'm not trading the number one pick for Baker Mayfield.
Nah, well, you know,
I'm not doing
Baker
that.
Mayfield.
Or you know what I'm doing is I'm
Yeah,
trading number one draft pick for an explosive offensive weapon and building the team around Darno because Joe Douglas came out and said that Darno is the quarterback of this team for the future. But
yeah, but
right now you hold the control of the number
really
one pick.
not doing anything for him. You got to beat that shit up too. The weapons don't mean shit with no offensive
Well,
line.
they're going to have all this excess cap money, but as you've seen what the Jets do in the past, they just give it to anybody. They really just give it to anybody.
That's true.
So I don't know on that one. We gotta wait and see.
Yeah,
when
but
the
you also got
offseason
Justin
hits.
Fields out there too. That's probably going to Jacksonville.
Well, yeah, assuming the Jets don't win any games.
Yeah.
If the Jets pull off the stunner of the year and beat Seattle,
I don't.
and then Jacksonville wins, then yeah, the Jets still control the number one spot. But if Jacksonville loses again, then you got a virtual tie for the first pick.
Like, be honest with you, that Raider Jet game, when they blitzed, what the fuck?
Engage 8, when all you have to do is literally drop 4, drop 3, because you knew where it was going and you just engaged everybody.
I think
You're
that
a
was
mental
done. I
midget.
think that was done on purpose to lose the game.
You know, that's been said, but it's
But
also
they
been
played
said.
their asses off the whole entire game.
Well,
that's what I understand.
Yeah, it's like before you're gonna hook up with a girl, you're waiting for that arch.
Yeah, but like it's common sense. Like you don't rush. No, you just don't do that.
No, you don't do that. But Greg Williams did it. Listen, maybe he woke up feeling dangerous. I don't know.
Obviously, got fired. It wasn't that dangerous.
Yeah, well, you know, he'll get a job somewhere else. He's not a bad defensive coordinator when he's on a team that has defensive players. I mean, think about what he did with Cleveland when they fired Freddie Kitchens. And they went on that little bit of a win streak, and he should actually no. Freddie Kitchens became the coach over Greg Williams. Is when they fired Hugh Jackson, and then they won like 3 or 4 in a row. And Greg Williams, actually, in my opinion, should have been the Cleveland head coach. Because that's the guy that won 3 to 4. But Baker Mayfield, for whatever reason, he gets to choose the coach. And then where did that get them? They got him nowhere.
Absolutely.
And now look at Freddie Kitchens. He's sitting there being all fat, wearing blue, looking like Violet from friggin' Willy Wonka.
Fucking tight end coach. You'll be shit.
Looking like Willy Wonka looking like Violet from Willy Wonka when she has the has that episode from the blueberry thing she ate. She turns all violet and shit. Come on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You know, it's come on.
These fucking games. All I'm saying, honestly, I believe the Giants are gonna pull this one off.
Well, they are playing at home, and you know those cardboard cutouts are going to be there in a sellout attendance. So, you know, and not only that, listen,
the Giants have to play.
Washington's playing with no fans in their stadium either the rest of the year. Not like they have. You know, it's kind of hard to tell them. You know, hey, we can't let you 5 in, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I need Washington to lose. You know, I picked them to win, but they need to lose that game.
You just got to worry. Listen, like any fan of any team that's in the playoff hunt or already in the playoffs or vying for the number 1 seed, you got to worry about the games you play, and you know, and that's just it. And again, the NFL writes the schedule, not the teams. So even if
well, this year was.
Let's go to hypothetical. Let's say the Giants were going 11-0 into this game.
All right.
Okay. Would the haters in the media be saying like they did with Pittsburgh that they're the worst 11-0 team and it's a cupcake schedule and throw out all these BS fantasy stats, the reasons why the Giants are 11-0?
After last season being 4-12, probably.
Or is it just based on the fact that they're beating the teams they should be beating, they're healthy, and they have all their top guys that they need? See, even for going 8-8 last year, a lot of people forget that the Steelers were in playoff contention for most of it.
Yeah, until the Titans won.
And that's with Rudolph and Duck Hodges, which everybody hates that nickname. Listen, I get it.
Go back Duck home, brother.
But bottom line is this, the two of them kept this team afloat with the defense. And if I got to hear again that trading for Minka was the worst thing ever, listen, since they got Minka, we've been number 1 in everything. Takeaways, interceptions, this, that, and the third. So trading for Minka was getting your first-round draft pick early.
And you were saying, no, they didn't have first-round draft pick last year. We did.
We got it early. It was Christmas come early.
Word.
What can you say?
Man, oh, man, oh, man.
It's going to be an interesting football Sunday, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, and you too, Mr. Gettleman. I got something to say. Who gives a dynamic star receiver, all right, 5th year in, still young, has a whole career ahead of him, give him a $100 million plus contract, then trade him to die in Cleveland, but then sign Golden Tate, who has been in the league for what, 10, 11 years, who is what, 5'10", 5'11", yes, he gets yards after the catch, for a 4-year contract. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Well, also too, don't forget the draft. The draft. 6th pick.
Daniel Jones. Oh my God, here we go. All right.
I love this. I love this.
I can't breathe. All right. What? All right. What drugs or what were you thinking about drafting Daniel Jones at 6? I understand he has good arm. He has arm talent. You know what I'm saying? Good ball placement. Blah blah blah. You got to work on the fumbles, which he did. Anywho, you could have got him at 30 when you traded up to get DeAndre Baker, who's the 2-time felon or whatever you want to call that shit. All right. Then at 16, you draft Dalvin Tomlinson. Okay? Boom. You could have taken Isaiah Simmons at 1, DK Metcalf at 2, trade off for Daniel Jones. What the hell? Well, do you understand that? Do you see what DK's doing?
Well,
Do you understand that?
maybe he just had that room painted where they did the virtual draft from, and maybe the paint fumes, you know.
I fucking threw up when I seen that shit. I never.
Well,
heard
yeah,
of
no,
this
we
guy.
watched the draft.
The fuck.
Which I think we're going to have to do a podcast video of the draft. I mean, hopefully the Steelers have the 32nd pick, so I'm really not going to care who we got in that one. But obviously, listen, in this draft coming up, every team's got to fix whatever issues they got. Listen, the Steelers got to find the heir apparent to Ben. They're talking about giving him another extension. I'm not really keen on bringing another older guy in to fill in.
Yeah, but you guys keep on winning. You guys aren't going to get that low draft pick to get like a quarterback. It's the thing.
Rodgers.
But then again, you can make that trade and get the younger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
we get you want Rodgers, but it's not going to happen.
His
Green Bay's not going to let
contract
him
and
go.
Ben's contract end the same year. We better pick him up.
Well, that could be for another video, which you can join in on at that point. While you
It's
do your
all about
nails.
money. And
Yeah, which the Steelers never have cap money.
Rodgers. Like, he's the only one that's good enough to replace Ben.
But they're pretty much the same age. You want somebody younger who's
I
going
don't
to...
give a fuck. It's motherfucking Aaron Rodgers, and no, he's younger.
Anyway.
Anyway. Supposedly Drew Brees is supposed to come back in 2 weeks.
Fuck it, Drew Brees.
Fuck with Drew Brees? Yeah, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but fuck with Drew Brees. Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't
That's what
risk
they're
it.
saying. I wouldn't risk it either.
I wouldn't risk it because from the standpoint of what if he takes another shot like that to the ribs and this time it's life-threatening.
Well, that right there, I would have thrown a flag there. All his body would land right on top.
Yeah,
of the guy.
but it wasn't like he went low on him,
Yeah, but
like
you
at the
can't- yeah,
legs.
but
But
you
you're allowed
can't.
to do it. You're allowed to hit him like that.
Yeah, but surely you can't put tackle him with all your body weight on him.
What'd you want to do? Pick him up and put him in the bed?
No, you hit him with the shoulder, bro. Like this, boom. That's
That's
it.
what he did.
His whole body weight landed on him.
Well, it's not his fault that he's 300 pounds and fat.
You can't do that. It's the flag, bro. It's the rules.
Listen,
NFL, I'm
it
just
may,
saying.
it may be the rules, but then again, you can't look for every flag.
And we still don't know what a catch is either, so there you go.
Well, apparently a catch is you got to catch it, and then you got to do a hop, skip, and a jump.
a
Apparently,
360, and
which, by the way, again, I'm going to say it. It's been like day 1,095 since Jesse James caught it. So
Yep.
it is what it is.
Okay, Jesse James caught it, made a football move, which is a dive into the end zone. You could say, okay, fumble. Meanwhile, he can recover his own fumble. How can you call it incomplete pass, you fucking idiot? You know why? You guys did not want the Steelers to have home field advantage. You wanted the Patriots to have home field advantage. That's what it was. Thank you. Next one.
Yeah, well, now that Brady's not in the AFC East no more, that you'd see New England's not protected anymore.
Yeah.
And this will be the first year Belichick doesn't have a double-digit win season since...
I see the Patriots going 8-8.
I see it going 7-9, to be honest. But
But the remaining schedule, I don't know.
I mean, it could go either which way. But bottom line is this: they ain't making the playoffs,
I'm fucking out.
and I would rather them
Dude,
be in the playoffs over Baltimore.
They have a 7% chance of making the playoff with help from the rest of the league.
Yeah,
Put it that
well,
way. All right.
you know, babe.
Anything's possible. You know, you can't count somebody out
A
until
lot of
they're
teams,
out.
a lot of teams won the divisions, winning 7-9.
Yeah, us once.
So who knows? Listen, all I know is this: as long as Baltimore don't make the playoffs, I don't care. So I kind of want New England to win the games they got to win, and Baltimore to lose the games they got to lose. But
Yeah, both. It looks like
they're
both.
playing Cleveland Monday,
That's
so
what I'm saying. I think
unfortunately,
Baltimore-
I gotta
I think
be a
Baltimore-
Raven fan.
I think Baltimore fucking has a pretty easy schedule coming up, brother.
Yeah, but then again, Lamar Jackson hasn't always lived up in the big moment either.
The big moment.
So
Fucking Jackson.
as this part's winding down.
Ooh, Lions cornerback is set for season-ending procedure.
Well, that sucks to the Lions. Well, it don't matter.
Yep.
They ain't touching the playoffs for the next 20
I
years
know.
anyway.
I know.
And the Lions are better off just selling that team anyway. Sell it to somebody who's actually going to friggin' make sure that they win. Stafford, like Matt Stafford, Calvin Ridley,
Wasted his whole...
Fitzgerald. You really can't say Fitzgerald because they did get to that Super Bowl with him.
But he lost.
With Santonio two toes in the end zone, Holmes, which by the way, all you haters could say it's not a catch, it's still a catch. I'm sorry, you can
What?
analyze it
Santonio
digitally.
Holmes?
Yeah,
The one in the end zone.
Yeah.
They're trying to say it's not a catch.
Everybody said it wasn't a catch for years. They're still saying
Do
it.
you see?
It was a catch.
Do you see the two?
I
the two
I
toes?
think that was a game that put me in the emergency room.
Yeah, I'm saying. Did they see the two toes inbound?
They were inbounds, but you know. Hey.
And did they see the?
Listen, I'm not a Steeler hater. I'm a Steeler lover.
All right. I'm just saying.
The hate's been going on since the '70s. What can I say? They're even still trying to say the immaculate reception was an incomplete pass
No.
because they're saying he dropped it. Sorry.
It bounced off the helmet, buddy.
Watch all the angles. Franco Harris friggin' grabbed that
And
shit.
then did not touch the ground either. They keep on saying that
We
shit
know
though.
it didn't, but that's
Any-
what the haters
anyway.
want to say.
What was I gonna say? I'm gonna say something.
But yeah, pretty much this. Giants fans, you need a big win out of this.
No, we have to win, and we're gonna win.
You pretty much can't afford to lose any game at this point. You pretty much have to run the table.
I know.
And it's very possible, but again, I'm still cautious of starting Daniel Jones here. I get he says he's good to go. Joe Judge says he's good to go, but
Well-
again, hamstring injuries, like knee injuries,
He
they're very.
He just can't be
they're
running.
very odd.
He just can't be running the ball like that.
Yeah, but with Andrew Thomas, he's going to have to run for his life because that Arizona defense is going to come at him. Listen, Isaiah Simmons could be questionable, but Isaiah Simmons is going to play that game, and that's
Yeah, but
who they got to watch out for.
Isaiah Simmons also has not started every single game, every snap.
No, but I think in this one he might.
You never know. After that supposedly bad hit against Cam fucking Newton,
Yeah, well, we know that wasn't, but still.
whatever.
That's just the horrible officiating at its best. And, and I get it's to protect the players, but listen, again, when the quarterback runs out of the pocket, once he crosses the line of scrimmage, he's fair game like a running back. Unless he's sliding, which is the ultimate give up, and we saw it with Flacco when he was with Baltimore and when Kiko Alonso was with the Dolphins. That one was as brutal gets.
Oh, you want to hear something? That Bengal game. That dude only got fined, what, like $90,000 for those 2 hits.
Well, that's just a joke of a punishment. But then again, this is coming from Roger Goodell, who still hasn't handled the Ravens situation. So what's that punishment
That's
going
not
to
going to happen, bro. That ain't going to happen.
be? I'm literally going to be as old as my father when that one comes out.
That's not going to happen, so.
I mean,
Just saying.
come on. Like, how does that punishment not come out right? I'm sorry. And again, haters can come at me and say, oh, well, you only want this harsh punishment because it's the Ravens. No, if it was any team, that caused an outbreak that almost would have ruined the season for not only the players, but for us, the fans, I'm sorry. No. Fuck no.
Yeah, little players that come home to their families and shit and all that other shit.
The bottom line is this. Baltimore acted reckless. They knew it. And what's the punishment going to be? What's it really going to be? You listen, in this one, I'm sorry. And especially when you found out that Des Bryant tested positive, and in the way that was handled, there's no accountability when it comes to this. Okay, that's one. There's no accountability. And the NFL's got to hold itself accountable as well here because, listen, this whole protocol was just put in a pot and whipped together like when you say you're going to make baked ziti, but then you get lazy. So you just throw it all in a friggin' pot, just stir it up and say, hey, here's your baked ziti, right? Okay, that's how this was handled. They did all this, they pretty much presented the NFL Players Association with like, oh yeah, we're going to have this huge spread, and then you get like this bougie spread, right? Okay, so they're like, oh yeah, this is what the protocol is going to be, and this is what the punishments are going to be. But yet, they've been weak punishments. 300,000 for the Titans. That almost ruined the season. Then you had the Raiders situation. Going to an event. I get it was for charity, but they were unmasked throughout the whole thing around other unmasked people. Which, by the way, take this pandemic thing seriously. And I don't like to put this into it, but
for real though.
But
seriously?
you're playing in the NFL. Whether you're on the field or off the field, you're still a representative of it. So you have to hold yourself to a higher standard, and you still have to appease to the protocol, whether you're on the field or not.
Exactly. And at 250,000 cases a day, yeah, wear your mask.
And not only that, even in that situation, 500,000, which is chump change, and then a loss of a 6th-round draft pick. Then you had the same situation, 7th-round draft pick and 500,000. Then the Broncos. I didn't hear that punishment, but I know Denver fined all the quarterbacks, which is listen again, which is fine. But you have to You
That
have to.
that game should
You gotta
definitely
find
move.
them.
I don't care.
You gotta find the team, and that punishment's got to be at least $1 million plus, and loss of a fifth round draft pick. But the Ravens one almost cost the whole season.
All right, one thing to say. Commissioner Goodell, why did the Broncos play that game with that poor 5-foot nut and receiver over the practice squad?
Hey, listen, his wristband went to Canton, by the way. That's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah. He made $35,000. Is that paycheck stub going to be in the Hall of Fame too? Because it fucking
35
should
grand.
be.
Well, he passed 1 for 9, 1 for 14 with 9 yards, and I think it was Noah Fan actually on the sideline. But he got his ass beat, Mr. NFL Kamesh. Oh man, I can't believe it. That game right there, if any other game, should have been moved. Okay? Should have been moved.
I really should have been moved, but it wasn't. And at the end of the day, listen, Roger Goodell just doesn't take it seriously.
Oh yeah, another thing. The Ravens need an extra day to practice too. I forgot about that one.
Oh
too.
well, the Steelers got permission from the NFL to travel to Buffalo. Did they call Baltimore about that yet?
I don't know, did they?
I don't know.
I gotta check that out.
I'll find out. You know what? I'll tweet at John Harbaugh.
Alright.
Because I'm an asshole on Twitter.
Just be like, yo, are you sure? Is it okay for us to fly there?
And no, it's another joke though. But as this winds down, it comes to an end here. Listen, you can find all the videos on YouTube. This will become a weekly thing where we have guests. Jay here will be a weekly guest on it, as my wonderful ex-significant other will make an appearance here or there when she decides not to do nails.
And Gellerman, Kyle Pitts, Georgia.
Kyle Pitts plays in Florida.
Whatever. Kyle Pitts.
You want that quarterback too. If you can get Kyle Trask, I think his name is, you might
Yeah,
want
well,
him too.
yeah, the Giants talking about it.
Well, then
Getting-
again, if you trade up to get a quarterback, then you're pretty much telling Daniel Jones to go fuck himself. So, who really knows? But till then, ladies and gents, Fan in the Van podcast on all major platforms. Till then, stay safe, even the haters. Mask up. And as always, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, but.